for joining our travel conversation series, bringing you information on destinations and hotels from around the world. I'm Vanessa with Unforgettable Escapes. I am so excited to be here today with Valentine from Mahana. She is a specialist with the Islands of Tahiti. I remember growing up and looking at magazines, travel magazines, and dreaming about visiting Bora Bora or Moorea, Tahiti one day. So I'm so excited that she's here today to share information regarding her destination. So thank you so much for being here with us today, Valentine.
Hi, Vanessa. Yes, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk about the Islands of Tahiti. Oh, I'm so excited to share this beautiful destination with you. Yes, so I'm Valentine. I'm originally from the island of Moorea, just across from Tahiti. And I've been in Canada for almost 20 years. And the Islands of Tahiti, that's my passion. I just love that destination. I love Canada and I love the Islands of Tahiti. So yes, I can't wait to tell you more about the islands that I also know as home.
Oh, that's amazing. So just to start, Valentine, can you let us know where is French Polynesia located? How many islands? I mean, we know of Tahiti and of course Bora Bora is so well known for the overwater bungalows, but where is it located? And how many islands make up the Islands of Tahiti?
Yes, well, great question, Vanessa. We also get a lot of questions, right? Where is Tahiti? And I'd like to go to Bora Bora, but can I fly into Bora Bora directly from North America? So I thought it would be a good idea to share a map of the Islands of Tahiti, of French Polynesia. So if you take this map right here that I like to use, you take the map of Europe here in the back.
Okay,
it outlines Europe. Mm-hmm. So you take the map of French Polynesia, you put it over the map of Europe. It gives you an idea of how big the destination really, really is.
Wow.
You know, it's not just like a tiny little island in the middle of South Pacific. You take 118 islands, and then that makes up French Polynesia, the Islands of Tahiti. So of course it's mostly water, but it is a big destination to cover. 118 islands, like I said. So Tahiti right here is located in the Society Islands. There are 5 groups of islands total. So Marquesas is here to the north. Then you have the Tuamotu here in the middle. Tuamotu is where you would find the atolls like Rangirua, Tikehau, Manihi, just to name a few. And also here are the Gambier Islands, well known for the black pearls as well. So you know where the black pearls, when you go to Tahiti, there's different shapes. The Gambier Islands are a big producer of black pearls. Then here to the south, the Austral Islands. Well, just a little side note about it. The Austral Islands are the pure producers of the vegetables for the Islands of Tahiti. So cabbage, carrots, potatoes, that's where we grow them. Rapa Iti, not to confuse with Rapa Nui off of the coast of Chile. Rapa is the most southern island of French Polynesia and probably the coldest island too. So going back to the Society Archipelago, like I mentioned before, Tahiti is the capital. Moorea is the closest island that you can access by boat. Then you also have Bora Bora here, Maupiti, Ta'a, Reatea, Wahine, that you can access by plane. So there's one international airport located on the island of Tahiti, and from there you connect to the other islands. So this, in a nutshell, is what the Islands of Tahiti look like.
It's very large, so it probably takes a lot of time to get in between the islands if you want to travel to the different societies then, right?
Yes, so if Tahiti, the Isles of Tahiti is the destinations that you choose, plan about 7 to 9 islands. So for us, for Canada, it's about a day travel there, a day travel back. Then you land into Tahiti, depending on what time you land in Tahiti. So let's say you land at night, there's no connecting flights going out to the other islands. So you have to spend one night in Tahiti. And there's also so much to see right there on the island. Then you fly out to the other islands. Like I said, Moria, you can do it by boat, about half an hour ferry ride.
Mhm.
You can also do it by plane, but I always say do it by boat. It's such a great opportunity to take pictures. And if you go to Bora Bora, it's about a 50-minute, like 45-minute flight to
Mhm.
Bora. Then if you take the Marquesas, for example, it's about a 3.5 hour flight. So it gives you an idea of how where all the islands are located. So definitely you can take a, a day just to travel.
Yeah. Wow.
Mhm.
And what activities and attractions are a must do and see that will enhance the traveler's experience? Because it just seems that there's so many options uh, for people when they do visit the islands.
Yes, yes. So lagoon excursion, you go to the Isles of Tahiti, uh, Moria, for example. You can do lagoon excursions, shark and ray feeding. You can just have a picnic on the Motu. You tour the lagoon, then you experience a local picnic on the Motu. For example, here, that's where you go, spend the day. There's a barbecue, island style, and then the host will have like music, entertainment, the ukuleles, the guitars, and the Tahitian dancing. It gives you an idea of what the locals do. Um, Also, interior, just visit the interior of the islands. And again, get an excursion to tour the island. Moria, again, for example, you can tour the island of Moria and then also discover the interior. Moria is known as the Pineapple Island, and that's where I'm from. And that's where the best pineapple in the world are located. So if you take an ATV tour, for example, through the interior of Moria, that's all you smell. Pineapple, fresh pineapple. It takes you through the pineapple plantation as well. That's another great option. Here's a view. This is a view of Magic Mountain, sorry, in Oria. So an excursion that you take, you ride up to Magic Mountain. It's a privately owned property, but the owner actually graciously allows visitors to go up there and to take gorgeous pictures. So this is a picture of one of the bays in Oria. Great photo opportunities. This one up here is a photo I took from the Belvedere. So this is a must do when you visit the island of Moria. Go up there and get your pictures taken. Another activity is to stop by the Moria distillery. That's where we make the juice, the fruit juice for the islands of Tahiti, and also the local rum. So this is another must have when you visit the island. Buy your own Tahiti drink. It's not like the Tahiti drink that I guess in Canada, my husband used to tell me, you've never had Tahiti drink. No, that was a big, it was huge when we were growing up. So this is our version of Tahiti drink. And of course, another must do is when you visit the island of Ta'ab, for example, is to stop by the vanilla plantation. Grab your own Tahitian vanilla, as a souvenir, but also learn how the vanilla is grown. What a better way to do it, but right on the vanilla island, which is Ta'a, and visit the blackbird farms. You can find them in Ta'a too. If the Society Islands are the only islands on your itinerary, absolutely do that. However, if you have the opportunity to visit the Tuamutu, take a visit of the black pearl farms right there. And then why not buy your own Tahitian black pearl? Then the archaeological sites. This photo was taken in Tahiti. So there's a lot of sites on the islands of Tahiti. Eatea, for example, the sacred island, is where you'll find the marae, which is an outside temple. And it's also classified as a UNESCO site now. So you get to learn a lot about the origin of the Polynesian people, the Polynesian culture, so Raiatea, the Marquesas. So get to learn about the culture as well. Then if you happen to visit the islands of Tahiti between July and October, it's also whale season. What the best island to look at the whales will be Rurutu in the south. But this picture was actually taken from my auntie's house. I was in Tahiti in September. And then we were just sitting on the beach, and my auntie says, "Oh, look, there's a whale." And this is right inside of the lagoon. So this is the reef. This is the deep ocean outside, but the whales were just happily swimming in the lagoon, just passing by, doing their own thing. And I was so excited because I had my phone with me at that moment. I only managed to snap one photo. But hey, I do see them when I go, July, September, but you can actually get on the boat and then just venture out with a guide, of course, right? And then venture out in the deep ocean there and just
Wow.
an excursion. It's great. I highly recommend that. So there's different things to do based on the time that you travel.
That's fantastic. So it's a good mix. It's not just water sports or beach activities. You can have
It's a good mix.
Experience, a mixed with adventure experience.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Another thing that I thought I'll share with you is also the traditional weddings. Like you have a lot of people going there on their honeymoon or destination wedding or vow renewals, right? Or anniversaries. Why not just experience that local side of Tahiti and have your own traditional wedding? Here you see an outside temple, what we call a marae, where you can have your traditional wedding, your vow renewals done the local way, the Polynesian way, and just be connected with the islands if you're visiting the islands. And why not have, the islands just give you their blessing? That's an awesome way to do it as well. I took this picture of the traditional priest in Oria. They can do your weddings as well. And I do it. This is a photo of me and my husband. We went there, we renewed our vows. We got married in Tahiti before coming back to Canada. And of course, with our children, when we go there, it's home for them. But I also wanted them to be part of this magic moment. So I asked the kids, what if we renew our vows here on the island? They said, "Mom, that's an awesome idea." So we did it. We had our traditional blessing, and then here is an example of what they will do, because I wanted something to bring back to Canada, my own memories in the box. So I had a friend of mine just weave flowers. And that was my bouquet. I had real flowers, but I also had those, and I brought it back with me. I look at it, it's on my wall in the box, and say, well, I did it.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then, well, when you visit the islands of Tahiti, of course, the market.
So colorful.
Yes. Well, it's located in Papeete, the capital. So that's where I buy my souvenirs, like the Tahitian monoi right here, very fragrant, so vanilla, coconut flowers. I buy the lace. Being in Canada, being a Tahitian, I always have my Tahitian flower, but you can buy your own lace there as well. You can bring back. So lots of souvenirs, the ukuleles. All the ukuleles that I have here, I bought it from the market, the Tahitian market.
Wow.
I own drums, the pareo, lots to do. So if you're on the island of Tahiti, of course, visit the market. Great, lots of ideas for things to buy. And this is my favorite. I always tell everybody, if you can be on the island of Tahiti, go to the Roublot. That's where the locals hang out, but especially on the weekend. Vaiete here on the waterfront is where all the food trucks will come.
Oh, yeah.
And you can have everything from pizza to Chinese food to steak frit to poisson cru, name it. You can have dessert there. Then on the weekend, there's local bands as well. Sometimes it's great. If you see the locals, so the trick is, what's the best roulotte? So if you walk by, you see a roulotte where all the locals are seated or waiting to get a seat. Yeah, that's probably because the food is really, really good. So I do have my favorites when I go there. So it's great things to do, taking the local way of doing things. Then another one, I left it for the end because this is our Tahitian Super Bowl. That's another question we get asked all the time. So what do you guys do? What's your favorite sport? Well, va'a is our favorite sport. And once a year, we have the Hawaii Nui race, where it's a 4-day event. So it starts in Huahine, and they paddle to Reateta'a. So they paddle on the ocean, and then the last island will be Bora Bora. So it's usually around October and November, like end of October, beginning of November. This is our Tahitian Super Bowl. If you happen to be there, you want to see, what it is all about, plan to be, especially in Bora Bora. You see all the locals, see all the canoes arriving on the Matira beach in Bora Bora. Very colorful. You see, this is just a little, a glimpse of what the race looks like. So there's teams from all over the world that go. They try their luck. They want to beat the Tahitian team. They want to be crowned as the winners of Hawaii Kinuiva. So far, it's always been the Tahitian teams, the top 5. But it's such a great, so much fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just things to do when you visit the islands.
Wow, there's so much to do. That's amazing. Probably a lot of things that people didn't even expect that you can see and do on the islands.
Mm-hmm.
And when is the best time to travel weather-wise? Is there, oh my goodness, what an incredible picture. Is there like a peak season that if people don't want to go when it's really busy, is there, a lower season to travel?
Yeah, well, I'll start with the weather because we get asked that all the time as well. Weather-wise, well, we have 2 seasons, right? Humid and very humid, or humid and dry season.
Yeah.
So the drier season is between May and September-ish. However, that's also the high season. June, July, August is high season.
Okay.
French Polynesia is a territory of France. So you get a lot of Europeans that travel to the islands of Tahiti. And when they travel for like a whole 5 weeks, the whole summer, they're gone. So that's why we get peak season for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also such a nice time to visit if you want to look at the cultural sides. Dance competitions only held on the island of Tahiti in July. To see a lot of the locals in Tahiti for 2 weeks. It's called the Heiva. So that's our high season. Low season will be between October then until January, February, around there, even March.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very humid. It doesn't mean that it'll rain all the time because the weather has been all over the place this past few years, right? But the humidity is definitely there. Even I feel it when I go home. As soon as they open the door, like the aircraft doors, like, welcome to the heat. You don't need a sweater,
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, and with our winters, I think we'll take anything that's not, minus zero, below zero. And can you describe the culinary experience that we can have? Because I'm sure there's a lot of different types of fusion that you have in the Polynesian Islands with the influence of Europe there.
Yes, absolutely. To me, Polynesian cuisine is like it's a Polynesian food with a touch of like the French and the Asian flavor.
Mm.
So the root is really Polynesian food. It's what links us, to the other Polynesian islands, just as like Hawaii, like the Cook Islands, right? We are all part of the Polynesian Triangle. We have our roots, Polynesian roots. But what's unique about the islands of Tahiti is the French influence, being a French territory, and of course, the French cuisine, but now added to the Polynesian cuisine. It's a unique mix. So yeah, French and Asian flavor. Do you take, for example, poisson cru is our main dish. When you translate it, like poisson cru translated into English is raw fish. Not really. But the base, you take fresh fish. That's your base to make your poisson cru. And you add lime juice, coconut juice, fresh pineapple. Each family has their own recipe, but also each group of islands have their own recipe. But you'll see a lot of people using poisson cru with fresh coconut milk, and there's a way to prepare it. So that's find that in a restaurant. But take, for example, chow mein. Just take chow mein. Tahitian chow mein tastes very different from chow mein from everywhere in the world. And of course, like Tahitian beer. Like, what is the beer to try? Often, yes, we only have one, so it's Hinano. Must try it. Beer goes with everything down there in Tahiti. Polynesian food, you go to a restaurant, you can have your Hinano beer. Yes.
Well, I cannot wait to have a culinary experience down there and to try the beer. And in 5 sentences, approximately 5 sentences, how would you describe the destination, the Islands of Tahiti?
Okay, just 5, huh?
Yeah, I know.
To me, the Islands of Tahiti is the romance destination, right? Most people don't know where Bora Bora is located. However, they've heard of Bora Bora. They say, oh, yes, I've heard of Bora Bora for my honeymoon. So it is the romance destination. Then, yes, looking at the picture here, the overwater bungalows, they were invented in Tahiti. So proud to say it is the birthplace of the overwater bungalows. Totally different experiences from anywhere else in the world. Why? Is because of where it's located, the water, the 50 shades of blues, the mana. Mana, we always say what sets the Islands of Tahiti apart from other destinations? What the mana? It's like it's a spirit that you find in on the island. It's the local spirit that brings the destination, the people, and the visitors all together. So one always asks, okay, what was your favorite island? Before people go down there, said, just wait. When you come back, you tell me which island called your name. It's like, oh, okay, sure, we'll do that. But then they come back and say, so which one was it? I said, you know what? It was this specific island. And I asked them why. It was a combination of everything. And I said, did you feel the mana down there? He says, yes, that's exactly what it is. If I had to describe in one word, it's the mana. So of course, the mana is present everywhere down there. And the cradle of the Polynesian culture, like the islands of Eatea, said it's a sacred island. So once a year, you have Polynesian from the Polynesian Triangle that come down there and pay tributes to the ancestors. So the culture is very present down there. The Polynesian culture, and of course, being French, we bring all of that together. And then I always said the 50 Shades of Blue. You go down there. Wow, I never really counted, right? But it's just in Bora Bora, from the airport to your hotel or to the pier in Veitape, the blues, the shades of blues that just unravel in front of you. So you better have your camera ready to take lots and lots of pictures. Then what was that, 5?
I've stopped counting. I'm so mesmerized by the blues. So.
And the people go down there, like Polynesians are very friendly, like very friendly on the island. It's safe, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what are, I'm not going to ask for a favorite. What are your favorite things about your islands of Tahiti?
My favorite things to do myself when I go, in a nutshell, this is what I always do when I fly to Tahiti. I get there, if I'm there in the evening, first stop, Roublot. Get my Polynesian food fixed right then. Hit the Roublot, get my food, go to the hotel or go to the family pensions because that's another way to visit the islands, guest houses. Then the next morning, go to the market and I buy like things to eat, like the Tahitian donuts. Buy them then there. Go to Moria, unpack, go to the lagoon. I grab my Hinano beer, or if I can get an excursion, I'll just get an excursion, go to the private island, and just relax. That's my first day. That's what it looks like. Well, after I say hello to my dad, to all my family, I have a lot of them, and then I go to the beach. That's my first day there. So I try to hike as well. Like I'm not a big, not a big sports person by any means, but hiking, I love it because it connects me with the island. Lots of hikes to do in Moria. So if you don't know the area, always ask for assistance. There's lots of great guides. They're locals, so they'll tell you more about just the hike, right? You'll probably meet their family, their relatives along the way. So cultural immersion right there. But hiking, I love it. I love sunrises. And a lot of people say, oh, sunset's beautiful. But sunrises, I have so many pictures of sunrises taken from the same spot. And there's not two sunrises the same. So if you're staying in an overwater bungalow, if you can catch a sunrise, for example, Sofitel in Oria is the only hotel located across from the islands of Tahiti. So the sunrise in the morning, amazing. I even drive to the hotel just to catch it. They take pictures. And of course, just different islands, different things to do. But I always do a lagoon excursion, go to the beach, hiking, get an interior excursion, go to the Belvedere, even though I've been there, I don't know how many times. I can go there every day. It's just to reconnect with the island. Go to the marquesas. I love their food, but also the history. And they make the tapas. I don't know if you know what I mean by the tapas. Is the cloth. So with all of the carvings on it, I always buy them. You can never have too many black pearls and black pearls. You can never have too many black pearls when you visit the islands of Tahiti. Black pearls, mono'i, sarongs. I have like bins and bins of sarongs. Sometimes I look outside -30. I just close the curtains again, put my sarongs on, my Tahitian flower, Tahitian music, and I just pretend it's +35.
Oh, that's fantastic. And what is one thing or something that a tourist wouldn't know about the islands of Tahiti, like a best kept secret that you could share with us?
Um, hmm. Well, yeah, Mayo. I'm just going to say Mayo because when you go to Tahiti, you go to Moorea. Moorea, the legal name is Moorea Mayo because it's attached to another island, the island of Mayo. The mayor of Moorea is also the mayor of that small island. It's about 4 or 5 hours by like small boat, right, to get to the island. but it's also known as the Forbidden Island.
Oh.
The locals, even the locals, don't pay attention to the word Mai'ao. It's Mo'olia, Mai'ao. But we also listed as Mo'olia. So it's a forbidden island. Like most Tahitians, locals have not been to Mai'ao because you can't access it by plane. You can only access it by boat, and you need to be a guest in order to visit the island. Doesn't have to be like a local, you have to be a local to visit. No, you have to be a guest. You cannot, however, you cannot stay overnight. You can do a charter, like a yacht charter from Olia, Tahiti, go there, spend the day on the island, but then at night you go back on your catamaran. It's just it's part of their story. They want to preserve their island.
Mm-hmm.
But now they also see it, okay, a lot of islands actually, a lot of locals don't know it. I don't know about Mai'ao. It's 300 people, only accessible by boat. You can get a yacht charter from Orea, Tahiti, or you can just talk to like the town hall. There's a town hall down there. And then my brother, I go to Mai'ao with my brother and my dad, because they work there on the island, and then you get to know the locals. But the island is gorgeous, like gorgeous. If you have an opportunity to just Google the island, Mai'ao, then you learn more about the story and why it's called the Forbidden Island. But
How long was the boat ride?
4 or 5 hours. But how I do it is like I go with my brother because he works for the island, so they deliver like supplies, and they take like 12 passengers max, and then the supplies. So if there's a spot on the shuttle, I just hop with them. So it's a local way of doing it, right? It's just picture yourself on the fishing boat and go in there, but it's so much fun. So we fish along the way. It's 4 or 5 hours. Leave early in the morning if you go with the island shuttle, or if you get your own shuttle, just do it overnight. Right? Leave Moria. When you wake up in the morning, you're in Mai'ao, and then just the wow factor. Then Adele and Leon will probably be the host. They'll take you, show them the island. You share a meal with them. Then in the evening, just go back on your private yacht or your catamaran. Then the next day, you can go back on the island of Mai'ao again, and then just visit the other islands too. So maybe that's a secret, but something that even the locals didn't know about Mai'ao. So I thought, well, it's a good thing to know about the destination too. Huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all this information.
Oh, my pleasure.
I want to go tomorrow.
Yes, if we could,
Oh, absolutely. It's, I'm sure you could talk for hours. I can feel your passion when you speak. I didn't realize how many islands there are, how many group of islands there are, and how much there is to do. So I appreciate all of the information you've provided. I'm so excited, to help our clients plan their unforgettable, escapes and trips to your amazing, beautiful destination. And I look forward to partnering with you so that we can make, these trips and these dreams a reality, for our clients. So thank you so much, Valentine. I appreciate all the information you've provided today.
Oh, you're very welcome. I just hope I didn't overwhelm your viewers more. But again, there's so much to do, so much to see down on the Islands of Tahiti, and then also knowing, what to do on a specific island, and even the resorts down there. That they're all gorgeous, all of them. The guest houses, to stay with a local family. you can add that to your overwater bungalow experience. Just stay with the local family and see what the true Tahiti really is. It is possible. That's what I'm saying. It really is possible to have that overwater bungalow experience and also get to know the local people, the local culture. And then based on the month of the year that they would like to visit, there's specific things to do. Yeah, so
Well,
no, thank you very much.
yeah, no, well, we're definitely going to have you back because we've discussed the destination, but I know people are definitely going to be interested in talking about the overwater bungalows. How can they make it happen? And definitely, as you said, combining the overwater bungalow experience with a guest house experience, etc. So definitely we'll have you back so we can discuss the different options for accommodations on the island. So definitely. Thank you so much.
Well, maruru. Maruru is how you say thank you in Tahitian.
Mauru.
Right? Maruru. And manava is welcome. When you land in Tahiti, there's a big sign that says manava. So welcome. So we look forward to welcoming you. So marurua, aparhai, which means goodbye. Marurua parhai. E yafariref ahotato ite whenua no Tahiti. So we cannot wait to welcome you to the islands of Tahiti.
Mauru.
Maruru, Vanessa.